welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I think we should be good to go. We're rolling live here. Let me get a drink of water as you guys roll in. Goodness gracious. It's kind of hot today. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Turn this down. Welcome everybody. Today's gonna be a blast. Absolutely fun. We're gonna be starting a brand new maze, and it's gonna be interesting. That's for sure. Let's go here. And I was gonna get a little bit farther into it before we started it, and then I just decided, nah, never mind. I'll just start it and do it all on the stream. So, all right, let's get rolling here. I hope the lighting looks okay. The outside lights keep changing. Clouds keep flying overhead. It's okay. Not too bad. Let me move my Discord over here. Got it shared there. Put it on Twitter. We went back to the old experiment, guys. We put the tweet out with the link in the main tweet. We'll see if today, because it's so back to back from yesterday's to today's. I actually think today's thumbnail is better than yesterday's thumbnail for the live stream. We'll see if the actual tweet gets more traction yesterday than it does today, just because I think the link suppression thing is kind of noticeable now. So yeah, either way, it'll be okay. Welcome in, guys. We're gonna get started here. I need to hide this, and let's go ahead and switch over here. All right, so we're gonna be working on this new maze, and if you saw the thumbnail, we're gonna be building these walls here. Well, we've already built the wall. I put it into our neon level. It's not actually gonna go in the neon level, but yeah, this is just to show you guys with the bloom and stuff. This is the walls we're going to be building a maze with today. Yo, Mekan, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Glad you're here today. Good sir. And so we got to build some floor pieces, and then we're going to build these walls, and then we're going to build a maze using individual pieces instead of all one model. And we're doing this because of the theme. So you guys can see, this is similar to the brick on the main theme for the main levels. However, I've changed the colors and saturation and style so that these are gray bricks, and the inside, instead of just having regular grout in between the bricks, we actually have this mystical glowing emitting light that's going to turn on and off depending on where the walls are. And we're going to make this Starry Night type theme maze where the walls move, and when they move they're going to glow. And so that's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be building it and coding it. So I have the wall piece the size that I want it, but we just need to go ahead and build the floor piece real quick, and then we can go ahead and start on putting the level together. And then from there, we should be ready to go. So yeah, all right, guys, let's just go ahead and get started. Let's set it at, I guess we'll set it at 0. And then we can just leave it at 1. But let's just scale by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that doesn't work. This is what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is basically what we want, and we want to go mesh snap, or we can go, yeah, mesh snap, cursor to selected. And then let's go ahead and go object set origin to 3D cursor, so we can move this guy where we want him. He needs to go over on the Y by probably -0.5. Yep. And then now we need to go over on the X by 2.5. Now we should be centered. And now we want to go object set origin to, is the 3D cursor? No, let's snap. Let's go snap to the cursor to world origin. And now we want to go to set origin to 3D cursor, and then we should be good to go. And I mean, we can just go ahead and just, doesn't really matter. We can UV the whole thing. We are going to actually need to UV edit it though. Let's take this and this. We're going to reset these. And this is going to be a separate material. So we need to go here. We can assign it the grass, and then we can make the walls a new one. New, assign. Let's go ahead and set our scale, guys. We can do that. Reset these. And then we do kind of need to go to our shading editor to make sure that these are actually the correct whether they're facing the correct way. Cool. Just wanted to make sure. TreeFall development games, rising trials, textures, gray brick is what we're looking for. Gray. Yep, see guys, I knew we needed to check because it would have came in the game engine rotated. Let's deselect, highlight them all, rotate by 90, scale by 0.2. We're going to snap to a bound, scale to the bottom, and then now we should be, actually, technically it would be up here. And now we should be able to tile this with our other ones that we made, and it'll tile with the grass. So let's go ahead and save this as, I called it individual wall. Let's call it individual floor. All right, there we go. And let's put it in our FBX folder. All right, the maze is ready. All right, we're ready to go. Now we can just delete this and get it out of our neon level. We can delete this, get it out of our neon level. And let's unmaximize this. Let's go to a new scene. This will be like maze, I think 6. Wait, is this maze 6? This might be maze 7. How many mazes have I done already? Yeah. Anyway, so how are you doing today, Mecan? You're doing better. How'd the Steam sales go after your first day on the market? Okay, so that is 6. All right, we have 1, and then our lattice wall garden is 2. Neon is 3. Ascension Tower is 4. Behemoth is 5. Islands is 6. So this is actually maze 7. Wow. Okay. Well, he says, Mecan says, well, I'm over my suicidal thoughts for now. Oh, man. I hope you're just joking around. Well, I hope that things are getting better. I hope you sold some more copies over the 24-hour period. For sure. 10 sales, 1 return, 2 sales from a friend already. That's pretty good. That's better than nothing. Green. That's better than the 1 sale. So you definitely went up a little bit. It's pretty good. Yes, just kidding. I decided to find a 9-to-5 job really though. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Because honestly, you know, because you were really wanting to get on the PlayStation and stuff, and I'm thinking, like, honestly, you know, like the income numbers that you were looking for, I'm not even sure, you know, it takes a while to get there on PlayStation too. So, to be honest, you know, maybe that might not be such a bad idea. Get rid of these matrix key gate codes. So, are you going to keep the development going, or are you going to do it on the side, hobby? You going to do it part time? Because I mean, really, to be honest, like if you found a full time job and you were still able to get those games out every once in a while, like on Atari VCS, then that's some pretty good side hustle income, basically, on top of your, um, your actual job. Maybe we can reuse that. Let me fix that, guys. Let me go to my recycle bin real quick. I think that maybe I can reuse that matrix gate script. I'm going to restore it. Put it back in here. We'll just delete them out of here, but that had some, key setups we could probably do with the door. We don't need this. All right, we don't need the gate. We don't need any of this gate stuff, basically. Directional light. Let's see what it looks like when we put our walls in there. Yeah, Meccan says, I'm going to do it as a hobby just for VCS, really. Yeah, that's cool. I get that. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, really. I mean, people just, I mean, now you've got some experience. People don't really understand just how tough of a business it really is. Where's that wall we just made? No, I put it in here. Individual. Here it is. Let's go 0, 0, 0. Wow. This place, we got some. We do not need this severe level of bloom going on. We'll need the tomb. Let's go back to the neon level, see which post-processing we have in here. This is level 3. This is profile 1? I guess it's because the directional light is like dark. Must have been too many lights in that scene. Yeah, is that because this directional light? Turn it down. Let's get it like kind of dark looking. Let's go back to our post-processing, put on profile 1. Let's go to our lighting tab, see what we got here. We have an ambient color that's a little too bright, probably. Do we have fog? No fog. Yo, Space My Name, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, buddy? That's okay. He says, sorry, my video player didn't start for some reason. That's all right. Glad you're here. I'm a little confused here. Let's go back to level 3 again. All right, so we have 125, 125, 125. Let's put that in our ambient color. 125, 125, 125. All right, that turns us down a little bit. Turns down the brightness some. Let's go to our materials. Grass half saturated, yeah. All right, I think that's looking better. Let's get rid of these matrix keys. And honestly, we need to like do something to the sky. Let's go ahead and open this up so we can go ahead and start working on, let's just throw a little like a sky, like an evening gradient. Let me look up, I'm gonna go to my Discord folder over here and say starry Sky. Spelled it wrong. Oh. I did it again. Oh yeah, this purple is good. This blue is good. I'm not totally sure what our vibe. We might want to go for the 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 darker purple one, just because we're gonna be doing blue on the walls, and maybe we don't want to have too much blue. Maybe it will be good. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll be good. All right, so we got our texture here. Let's go ahead and let me go to my PC desktop. Take some of these. Let's place these in here. All right, got a couple example photos. Here's our purple, and here's our blue. Oh man, this blue is awesome. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sample some colors. We're gonna get a color picker down here somewhere. Okay, that is gonna be our, I'm actually gonna write these down. Spacebar name says got some weird network errors going on today. I wonder, doesn't look like my stream health is okay. Although we have dropped 202 frames apparently. So I'm not really sure. I have my stuff set to where this is gonna be probably about as good as I can get it. So I don't know if it's going weird and wonky or what. I'm gonna write these down just so, because I don't know how to save them. 91, 140, 157. All right. Let's go up here and get one of these dark, deep blues. Okay. Man. 0, 16, 47. What a beautiful sky. All right. Let's go over to our gradient tool. And we'll go to linear. We're going to put it about like this. And we're going to go over here. Yep, see, I lost those colors, and I don't know how I lost them. This is why we write them down, guys. It's only 3 numbers. There's a hotkey to fix this, but bro, I don't know how to do it. It's okay. 16, 47. All right, we got our darks. Let's go back over here. Let's go to our lights. This was 91, 140, 157. All right, our sky is looking beautiful already. Let's get it really high up here. So, yep, there we go. So the dark is only up in the dark. Let's duplicate you. And if you notice the starry sky here, it looks awesome because it's very, very pixely. Then we got a bunch of little stars everywhere. Let's go ahead and let's throw some noise into this. Let's go to filters, noise, add noise. All right, looking pretty good. Honestly, we probably need to have that much. And then let's just throw a little bit of a blur on it. So we just firm up the starry distance. So it just has a little bit of texture. All right, just a tad. And we're gonna throw these stars on top of this later, but for now, this will be fine. Gonna save it into my thumbnails folder, guys. TreeFall, development, games, and then Rising Trials, textures. Let's call this Starry Sky 01. It's our first attempt. You know, it's probably going to be Maybe it'll look perfect. Maybe we'll have to edit it some more. We'll see. All right, let's bring it in the game. Into the Unity game engine. All right. Let's go over here, create material. Call this. Ah! I don't know what hotkey I just hit there. Starry sky. Let's go over here and go to Skybox. Can this count as a spherical? I wonder if this would look silly. All right, let's put Starry Sky in there. Honestly, it looks pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. All we needed to do was if this was just like a little bit bigger. But if we just, let's go to add a live blur so we can change it. We just fade that out ever so slightly. That might make it worse with the pixel stretch, but it might also make it better. So let's go here and call this Sky02. This is number 2. Spaceman Name says, I think it's on my end. I had Steam open. I was trying to say I'm not sure which project I want to move forward with. A Bit Eerie makes a cool skybox. Thanks, man. Oh, yeah, you're working on a new project over there? All right, let's put that in there. The blur helps, but the actual texture still needed to be like a little bit bigger because it's a little too now the pixels are like a little too big. Honestly, we might just blur them all out to where you can't even see. Quit. So it kind of just looks like faded out sky. Let's try this. One more attempt. Oh, hold on. I think I know why. Yeah, I was about to say. It's because the compression is being on display. We gotta have this big and bold. There we go. All right. Is that like this in all of them? Is that what's happening? Oh. Doesn't connect? What the heck? What is this line? Whoa. All right, let's see if we can get this one to work. No mip maps. Let's go. We fixed it. All right, let's go here. Let's get rid of mip maps. Well, that line is still there, and the blur one. Is that visible here? It is. Shoot. That's why. $4.7. Let's go up here. Let's duplicate this guy so we can work on a new one. Filters, blur, Gaussian blur. 4.7. Yeah, there we go. Now we got rid of that white line by applying it instead of having it like on the live layer. All right, let's try this one. This might do it. Starry Sky 04. Let's see what this looks like. All right, 04. We don't need MIPS. We're not compressing. Let's try linear this. Let's put this one in. Yeah, now you can just see the line even deeper because it doesn't tile correctly. But I like this sky, I think. So now what we need to do is, now let's duplicate this sky. Let's go to, hold on. Let me see what the offset tool is in Affinity Photo. All right, I found it. I figured out what they call it now. Sorry, guys. I was a little I was reading there. So it is a filter. Let's see where it would be. It's called. Huh. Here we go. Okay, it's called a fine filter. This is the same thing as a Photoshop offset tool. And what we want to do is we want to offset by 50, offset by 50. Okay, we can't do that. This is not a seamless texture. All right, so what we just want to do is offset on this by 50. This should get us the seam so we can make this a procedural map. And now let's go to our healing brush. Let's see, spot healing brush. Let's see if we can just fade out this. Click Alt to set a source before trying to heal. All right. There we go. Kind of want this white to be here. All right. Blur that out. Oh, we're painting the sky, guys. This is looking good. Get rid of that. Yep, the seam is disappearing. Let's paint this. Let's pull the white over here a little bit so we have a little bit of a sky. Looking interesting. Spacebar Name says very slowly, but I've got a couple of projects that I put some effort into. That's awesome. Are you still working on the same set of tools you've been working on? Have you tried doing Unity or what? Where are you at now in your dev journey? Let's heal this. Let's get a little darkness over here. Let's take this section. Let's paint here. I don't like that. Let's heal that up. Still looks like a little bit of a seam down the middle, but it's not a hard line anymore. We are painting it. Let's make it a little bit bigger. See if we can just see if we can make this like a little less obvious. We'll just see how this works. Click, 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 click. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This stream was gonna be a blast. We're gonna have an awesome time making this level. I'm pretty tired today, though, to be honest. I had like some serious energy, and like I went, whoa! How do we rotate the whole map? How did we do that? I've never seen this before. I must have rotated my view somehow. Whoa! I just found a new hotkey that I've never known before. Holding Alt and rolling on the middle mouse like just spins around the whole canvas. That's crazy. All right. Space by Name says, I'm a year-ish into the most recent projects with the same set of tools. So I'm going to do a game jam with Game Maker and Unity and try to get a grasp on them to try for a full game. Yeah, that'd be cool. I did it again. I definitely think you should do that. That way you can get your stuff on some consoles easier, stuff like that. Also, you know, the VCS stuff, it's so easy. Like me and Metcam were just talking about. That stuff is pretty easy from Unity. You gotta do a little bit of work on the back end. I mean, it's not like a one-to-one. It's not just perfect, but they have a whole process set, you know, on how to publish out of Unity. So let's just paint and like make this a little less uniform. Paint, paint, paint. Paint, paint, paint. All right, I think I got rid of the seam, guys. I'm thinking, and that looks pretty awesome. Although I don't know if I painted a little too close to that side and it won't exactly line up again. We'll have to see. Let's just go ahead and export real fast. Say 05. Let's take a look at this. We got 05. Trilinear, no bitmaps, no compression. It's a skybox. Oh yeah, that took care of it. We got a sky. All right. Honestly, I might get rid of all of the noise. No, it kind of looks good. Got our individual wall here. Let's pull our individual floor in. Did I already import that? Nope, I did not. Let's get rid of these things. Compress it just a tad. No UVs are needed. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of those. Let's pull into the level. Let's go 0, 0, 0. And then what we want to do is is this Z? Nope. Going -1 on the Y. Let's go ahead and pull this out here so we can just drop our textures on it. Let's give it the glow texture. Let's go to this materials folder, get us the grass half saturated. There we go. Is that one right? Grass greener, grass half, grass. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. All right, we're good to go here. And now what we want to do is throw a box collider on this guy. And let's go ahead and create a prefab, original prefab of this, because we're going to be editing it so we can have some scripts and stuff on these, because these are going to be moving around and flying around and stuff like that, guys. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Space My Name just said nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's maximize this so we can see what we're working with. Let's go ahead and just delete these. We don't need those errors. And then those are 5. We need to change our unit snap to 5. So this will be easier. So we can just be like boom, boom, boom. Let's actually go back to the hierarchy and let's go ahead and get ready to do some organization on this. All right. Let's, if I click that like 8 times, zero that out and put it up here. And then now let's make a parent here so we can hide all these in here. And let's just call this like floor setup. Okay. That way we can parent all these into floors into this so we can hide them and we won't have it all messed up and we can find them. Okay, so we've got 5 floors here. And basically what we want to do is we need to get 50 across. So let's just duplicate. 50 would be 10. So it would be 1 from this. If this is 0, 0, this is 0, 0, right? Shoot. Let's move you. Let's take all of you. All right, so we're on 0, 0, 0. So from this point, we would have 5 sets of 5 makes 25. 5 sets on the other side of 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2. Okay, I lost them. 3, 4, 5. To be honest, I think I'm incorrect. The maze is going to be way too big. I think this is actually all we need. So we need these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Now we need to go like 10 deep. Ah. 1, 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Is that a perfect square? I don't think that it is. I must have one off here. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's a little awkward because we need 5 more to make this a perfect square. It needs to be 25 by 25. Although, the problem is we already were going out from the middle. So, like 1, 2, 1, 2. Still needs one more. So this should be a perfect square. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be wild and crazy, guys. That's for sure. So let's go ahead and let's make our little prefab here. Let's go ahead and the box collider on this fella. And let's zero him, 0, 0, 0. He's supposed to be 0 because the floor reaches under him perfectly. Yep. All right, let's take him. Original prefab. Delete him here. Let's put him in here. Let's make a new setup. All right, let's zero this out. Let's put our wall in here. All right. Yo, this is gonna be a big maze. Okay. We're almost walled in. All right. Now we got our base set, and some of these floor pieces, honestly, they're going to be holes. We're going to delete some out and stuff like that. So you have a little bit of platforming and stuff in this level, but this is going to look so crazy. Also, we just need to take out like one of these. Where's our front view? I don't know if it matters what our front view is. The one that's on exit 0. Huh. We're not exactly organized here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. I skipped one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is at 5. 12 and a half is the median. So it's like the middle of this one plus this one is supposed to be x at 0. So honestly, I think all of the walls and all of the floors are supposed to go over 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 and a half, 13. All right, now we're lined up. So the one at 0. This is close to the center as we're going to be. Deleting you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and these are going to be permanent pieces. Okay. So the player understands what this level is. These are going to be static. They honestly, let's create a special section just for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Static bridge pieces. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Zero this out, guys. Let's take these here and put these in our static bridge pieces. Yeah, there's no way this is actually getting done on this stream, but you guys are going to be mind blown when this works. It's going to be sick nasty. Oh, man. Oh, I could just take a nap right now. Let's do it live on stream. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get rid of these tabs. Yeah, all right, let's keep going, guys. No naps, no rest just yet. I'm thinking about how we're going to do this real quick. Let's take our start sign. Let's hide our walls and all that. Start sign, here you are. Our beautiful starry sky. Yeah. Let's take our player, get him way over here. And we need to rotate it by 0. Let's see how that's looking, guys. Okay. Ooh. Look at this, dude. Look at this. This glitch of doom. I'm like, this is like actually kind of how the level's gonna work. But yeah, you can just see it de-rendering and rendering because we forgot to do a couple of things. There are no light maps, so we don't need to clear that. We need to clear that occlusion data. And we need to go here to our coins, take all of these and revert them to the new prefab. So they'll be good to go. And then I'm going to, let's go ahead and write our script here. Let's go call this floating wall magic. Floating wall magic. There you go, guys. That's what we're calling it. Floating wall magic. There we go. That's not even nearly my silliest of names in terms of scripts. So yeah. I would, if I had a little bit more energy, I'd come up with something even sillier. Yeah, let me look at my camera. It looks all right. Guys, ignore the boxes on the ground back there as well. Ignore. That looks pretty bad, but we're hauling off a bunch of stuff to get rid of this weekend. So we have a bunch of boxes out that we've accumulated, and we're gonna be loading them up with things to make some space here at the house. Space by Name says, I can't wait to try it out. The lighting effect looks really cool. Oh, bro, just wait. You have no idea. We're not even close to finished yet. Because technically what this is going to look like is these are going to look like, there's going to be a bunch of these floating ones, and they're going to look like that. But then they're going to look like this, and then they're going to look like this. Looks pretty cool when it turns off. It's like, yum, yum, boom, boom, boom. It's going to be like beep, 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 beep. Yeah. Honestly, I've changed my mind. I might even have these instead of just, I think that when they're near you, they're gonna glow. I was gonna have them floating and then they're gonna glow, and then when they come near you, they're just regular. But it would be cool if like you, the Maze Oracle, were the one who was lighting up the way. So yeah, we'll change that first. First, we need to get their movement. So what we want to do is we want the floor to be below and the walls to be above. 10 up on the Y. Let's go to 10. And let's see what 15 looks like. 15. How? Let me go here and see something. Need to make sure that we're not going to be doing random floats. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we want 10 to 15. Yeah, that's probably what we need. Like, let's look at this as 10. Let's look at this as like a 12. Let's look at this as like a 13. Should we do their scales too? Height looks bad. But then it looks a little weird. Let's go like 20. Yeah, let's go like 20. That should be pretty good. So we got a lot to do here. Let's go vector 3 and call this start position. And then we need a vector 3 called end position. And then we're gonna make a int and call this random height. Okay. Thinking. See if this was gonna work. Our start position number is equal to we're gonna probably have to do a couple of things here because I want these walls to float randomly every time. So every time you start the maze, it looks completely different. But that means that they have to start from their start position on the ground. And then we'll go random height is equal to random dot range. Which one is depreciated already? One of these is, this is 2022, so. Okay. I guess this is not depreciated, so this, I guess this works. Random range. And then we'll go 10 to 21. All right. Then we'll go in position is equal to new vector 3 start position dot. We don't want to change the x. We only want to change the y. Equal to plus random height start position dot z. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm talking away. You know, you guys can't see this. I'm not going to code it all on the screen. But here we go. This is all we got so far. What we're going to do is we got a start position and end position, a random height variable. On the start of the level, we're going to say our start position is where our walls are. We're going to float a random variable here, an integer between 10 and 20. And then we're going to take our end position where we're going to end. This technically to be renamed. This should, instead of in position, like we should call this float position. Make this a little bit easier to follow. So this is going to be where it floats in the sky, and then it's just going to be a new vector. It's going to be our start position on X, start position on Z, but then our Y is we're going to add to it a random height variable of this. So that's going to choose a random floating height for all these walls. So every single wall and the level is going to look like this. It's going to be between this value and this value. So all the walls will be like this, basically, you know, 14, something like that. And they'll all be different every single time. So the maze is really going to look cool. And they're going to be floating like this. And then the factor, what we're going for is to have all of these like floating walls kind of like just hovering up and down like this. And then what we want is when the player gets close to the walls, we want to slam them down and snap them into position. So we actually want to do one more thing too. I'm like, ugh. I don't know if I want to do this by code or if I want to add an animator. I don't know what is more efficient to run like a bouncing floating thing. It'd be really easy just to animate it really fast. And well, yeah. Maybe we'll just do it in code and ping pong it up and down. Let's do that last. Let's just try to get these running first. So yeah, I also need game objects. the player, and then we want to do a transform the player position, maybe. Okay. Then we want to go to the player. Go to object dot find. Whoopsies. All right, so I'm a little confused. We gotta test this out here. Here's the code. All right, this is what we're starting with. We're getting the player. All right, so we're finding the player using the tag system. That's how I always get my objects. It's more efficient to find a single tagged single object than finding multiple objects. And then we're setting a transform called the player position equal to the game object of the player, finding that transform. Now, I got a thought in my head, though, that this might not work because we're only doing this once on start. And I want to set, we probably need, like, basically, like a vector 3 saying the current player position. And then basically every frame you need to always know where the current player position is. So it would be the current player position is equal to the player position dot position. Or does that not work? Transform position. This must not be. This must not work somehow. Let me go up here. Let me try one more thing. The player position dot position. Yeah, see, that works. Why doesn't it work here? Oh, there it goes. Megan says, "Come on, man, come on. How long you haven't been coding? Bro, you don't understand. My coding is so beginner level. I've made every single game like with the easiest code. I basically learned how to do like I don't know, like a few different things in code. And then I learned how to basically get anything that I want to happen with those like few things that I understand how to do. And then if I get really stuck, I can just look something up, and then learn something new or whatever. But you can do almost everything with like the easiest things. And all you have to do is think of a way around it, basically. It's super, super easy. But I mean, I guess some people don't, some people don't even know how to code at all. So I guess um, it still looks hard. But if you know like just a few things and how they work, then you can just get the entire game to work. But yeah, so my coding knowledge is pretty beginner level. So I want to say that if we're setting the current position to the player position every frame, we'll always be getting the player position. And then we need to have a float value called distance from player And then this is going to be um yeah. Mechan says, I see. Same, pretty basic thing goes for my art skills, so I hear you. Yeah, I mean, but that I say the same thing for my art skills. I'm like, I learned a few tricks, and then like we just use the same things over and over. Yeah. So we need a float. All right. So now what we need to do is, all right. So we're creating this. And let's do this here, and let's call this the distance from player is equal to um vector 3 distance, and we're going from our current transform position to no, we start from the other position. We need to go from the current player position to our transform position. I think we're fine doing this. And I think I've done something a little redundant, but I don't know. Okay, so now we got the distance from the player. Okay, let's see. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to say let's start splitting this up. Let's go void move to Earth, and then let's go move to sky. That'll separate it enough. Let's see. Now I know I can just copy and paste this code from another script I have. Let me go to my elevator real quick. Ow. What time is it? Oh, shoot. Don't got much time left. Hmm. I'm gonna find this over here. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't put the script back. Give me 1 sec. I need to go find another script. 1 second. I'm gonna pull this from um, orb. Let's go here, here, here. Oh my god, there's so many folders. And then guys, so like another thing about coding is like you forget stuff. You know, you might do a ton of things for a certain project, and then you forget it a little bit. That's okay. You just keep it, and then a bunch of the times like I solved like so many different coding errors, or came up with some new code for each project depending on what I needed to get to happen, whatever the new gameplay element was. And then once I figured out that one major thing for each project, well, I'm not really thinking about how that's done or how these little basic things are done. When I start the new project, I'll go back and look at the old one and then see, okay, what was that again? How did I solve that problem? And then I look at it, I look at my comments and go, oh yeah, that's how it's done. And then I remember it and then, put it in the new project or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing now. I'm going to go grab, yeah, let's see. What? That's not what we need. We need magnet. Is it not in here? Huh. I guess I didn't even use this for this project. Where did I first put that in? Oh, my hip hurts so bad. My leg still hurt from the other day. Rigid body, yeah. Move towards. Okay. I like this one line, and I don't remember how it goes. I don't know what I'm using it in. It's like I need to go to Pitterpot or something. That's probably where I first got it. Mm. Not this. All right, I'm lost. Let's go to move. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Yo, I didn't even do it there. Okay, screw it. We'll add it in later. Good grief. Elevator. Step. Speed. Let's go here. Float speed. Probably need to make this kind of quick. Speed is equal to like 100. Slammed earth, I guess. All right. Let's go put it over here. This will be fine. Let me make sure we can see this. Okay. Oh yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to your. I just wanted to copy the code, basically how I used to do it, but I'm not doing that anymore. It's fine. We're just going to use move towards, and we're not going to be that accurate. I mean, it's going to be accurate, but it's fine. I'll find that later. Yeah, so what we want to do is when we want to move towards Earth, we want to move towards the start position. So instead of target here, we want to move towards start position. And then what we want to do is when we're moving towards the sky, we want to move towards the floating position. Okay. And then what we want to do is we have our distance from player here. So now we want to check if distance from player is less than or equal to, let's say 10. We'll have to test this, and see how it looks. So if we're, closer than 10 now, then we want to move to Earth. And then we just run this the whole time. And then if this is not the case, we want to move to the sky. And also, Yeah, that actually works. I mean, I don't even have to redo anything for the start because technically we should be farther than 10 feet away from every single sky piece. So it should just automatically go ahead and start that. Let's just see. And then now what we want to do is, so while we made the prefab, we want to go here and we want to put floating wall magic on this. But now we need to put all of these back to the ground because their start position is important because this is the earth position. Okay. All right. I can just do it like this. There we go. All right, let's just see if this code works, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. It works. All right, everything is floating in the sky, and it's floating at different values. And then let's see, the script is going to have to be different because I did not factor into the fact that now that they're in the sky, they are, 10 to 20 feet away. Yeah, see, you had to jump to get close to that one. So we need to up, we need to up that distance value a little bit. It needs to be greater than 20. And I wanted it to be 10, so it needs to at least be like 30. Could have to be like 35, 40. But we'll see. This is going to be pretty cool looking, I think. And then, yeah, let's move forward. So we see all the walls floating up, and then as we get, oh yeah, that's what we want, ladies and gents. As you get close, there's nothing you can do but just drop the walls into place. Do 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 do. Yep, 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 yep. And as we go away, they float back. And also, this maze is going to be different every single time. Every single time is going to have random values, so the walls will never be the same. And we're about to do the same thing, guys, to the floor. And the floor is going to be below the earth, going negative, and the walls are going to be up in the sky like this, floating. And then as you move towards them, both the floor and the walls are going to snap into position like this. I actually think the speed is pretty good because I wanted the speed to be pretty fast because you can't break the game. If you're running too fast and you beat the wall and then it shoved you through the ground or you got to a zone you weren't supposed to, the walls need to be able to beat the player's speed, which they always will at this speed. Also, there is another thing I've already thought through debugging wise that we're gonna have to solve, and I'm gonna have to do this off stream, and I've already got a couple solutions in my head, a couple pieces of code to figure out how to do it. But basically, there's gonna be a problem if you drop a checkpoint, and then you go far away, and you're over here in this part of the maze, and you warp back to the checkpoint. Did that work? Let's make sure that works. Oh yeah, it did. It just looked weird. All right, so if you warp back to the checkpoint, like let's see, we're close to that wall. Let's go really, really far away and warp back to the checkpoint. Yeah, so you saw that wall arrived basically as soon as we arrived. The only problem with that is if the floor is also going to be floating below you, you're going to fall and then the floor is going to catch up to you and push you forward. So basically, we're going to have to write some code that is also checking for our checkpoint position if there is a checkpoint in the level. And if there is a checkpoint, the walls and stuff need to stay down near the checkpoint as well as wherever you are. So that's something that's a total. That's like that would have been an easy thing to just completely forget, guys. And the old self, the old Eli, the old TreeFall, Maze 1 on Wii U, we would have missed that. But now we've been around the block and realized that players do things that you don't think that they're gonna do, or try to cheat and abuse and jump over walls and all that kind of stuff. And there would have been some hilarious glitches coming out on day one. So we're definitely gonna fix that. Also, this script is going to get even more complicated. So just to look at it, I'm going to be done with it now. And we're going to start building the walls. But guys, look at this. We only have 50 lines of code. And this is what I'm talking about. This is super simple. Like, it's not that hard to write this. 50 lines of code, and we have an unbelievably cool effect. I mean, obviously, we had to model this. We had to make the texture look cool. We had to, the materials got some things going here. We have an emission map. We've got emission. We got normal maps, height maps. So we have a material that looks pretty cool. So we had to build the material to get this look. Obviously, we had to do the model to get the look, and we're gonna have to build the level and do the level design to get the look. But with only 50 extra lines of code after we've done those few things, we're gonna have a really cool effect. Let's put that guy where he belongs on a very cool maze that's going to be different than both maze 1 and maze 2. So yes, let's go. Space My Name says, I promise I stayed true to the challenge. And he says, you never disappoint. Why, thank you. I appreciate it, man. This is going to be really cool, I think. This is going to be one of my favorite mazes. And we're going to go through, and after I build the entire maze, some of these are going to be jump spots because let's just test it and make sure you can get across 5 feet real quick. Because you might not be able to. So we might need to build some jumping platforms. I think that this is the exact amount that if you're sprinting, you can make the jump. You can. Okay, yeah. So we're going to build some jumping, some platforms, and some stuff like that. So, yeah. This is going to be really dope. And you can already see this looks different. It's very interesting how random works because, like, so we got a couple that, like, that's pretty, this is picking from 10 random numbers, 10 through 20. So you have like 10 spots that this could choose from. So, if you're matching the way that probabilities work, if this is 1 out of 10, that's a 10% chance to pick any one space. But to pick any space in a row, I'm looking right here. You can see my finger, I'm pointing at it where the camera's looking. We have a couple of walls that are in the row. So if it's a 10% chance to get, 10, to get another 10, which is a 10% chance, like 2 in a row would be like, multiplying that, and it would be like a 1 in 100th drop basically to get them to line up. And it's happened like twice in 3 times in here. I think that math is correct. That would be 10 times 10. 1 out of 100. I think that's how that works. But yeah, let's put this guy back. So pretty cool. Randomness is something that I only play around with in some of my high score games and stuff like that, guys. Like Annihilation and Mighty Math, there's some random elements in there. But random drops like farming and loot and stuff like that, I don't really have any of that kind of stuff in any of the games I've ever made. So I am very highly excited about the roguelike thing that I was mentioning. That's not the secret project that I was working on yesterday or whatever, or the other day. It's not that. I haven't started that yet, except for like the game designing portion. But like determining like drops, percentage rates, rarity of cards and relics, and power ups and stuff like that is super fun. And then like I think that coding is going to be very interesting. It's going to make like a very cool game to test and to play and see like how, if I set this percentage, like how many times do I have to test and play it before this shows up in my run or anything like that. So yeah, definitely got some cool ideas coming in hot. Let's see how this looks real quick. Because I would like to just see how this one section that I want to make looks. Oh, boys. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can hear the thunder coming in hot, guys. Uh-oh. All right, so let's see how this looks real quick and see if we can get the effect that I'm thinking it does. Because I don't really have time to make this whole maze on stream. So wow, yeah, you can see it looks way cooler, way thicker, and dense over here with all the walls. It looks like we have a bunch of them. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so then you're like, okay, I can go this way, and then you'll be like, nope, I can't. And like this way as you go, just might block you off. Let's see. All right, so let's see how it looks when you're going around the corner to get blocked off. Man, this is going to be a hard maze to memorize. This is gonna be crazy because you can't memorize the layout as well because as soon as you leave, it's gone again, and you're like, wait, what hallway was I just on? How was I doing this? Doom, doom, doom. You can sort of basically memorize the layout by looking at it from a distance and being like, okay, I can see that there's a little section there that's a dead end there. Yeah. This maze is gonna be crazy, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the trailer because, I've been waiting to drop the trailer till we had a few new things. So, like, this game is gonna really set apart. It's gonna look very different than the last two maze games because we'll have this to show off, and then we're gonna go probably thinking straight through the trailer, then switch gears and go straight into this maze to where it's like all gardeny. We got our lattice walls, show the button press moving and stuff like that. Probably then switch back and then show where are you? Three. The spinning neon stuff. Then switch over to probably the behemoth. So we can see something where we look around and then go, wow, here's some distance as we're jumping through here. And then I'm going to be finishing up the trailer showing the Ascension Tower. I'm basically going to do like an animated trailer version to where like then all of a sudden the camera is going to pan and I'm going to go like on an animation streak where then the camera like rotates and looks up and just goes like this and just flies up, flies up, flies up, and then flips around and then just looks down. And then as this fades in the distance, it's just going to say maze, and then it's going to go and say rising trials, and then give you guys the release date or whatever. I think that would be kind of cinematic and pretty cool. So definitely, I'll show like the character running over like the jump pad in like the behemoth level, but I'm gonna just have it like an and like an animated cinematic trailer thing for this level. And you know what? We should, we already cleared that. Did we get this? Yeah, we cleared all that. So we need to go. Is this showing up? Let me make sure. Yeah, none, none, none. Yeah, so it is the lighting in this level. There's something going on here. All right, we got yellow lights. Let's go to our environment lights. We got white. I kind of want to turn that to our yellow because this looks better in like the sun. Yeah, it's a little bit brighter. But for some reason, this looks a little too reflective. Like, I think we have like, do we have some reflections? Yeah. Yeah, we want to get rid of that. Let's go back to Maze 1 and see if we don't have that on Maze 1, do we? Oh, we do. But it's because we killed the skybox. And I actually think this one, I don't know which one this is. Is it that one? Okay. Let's go to 4 again. And let's tone it down just a tad. But we need to tone up the directional light. This is the one that needs to be like yellow. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. And then we need to kill some of the bias a little bit. And we have to get all the way to 0 to get rid of that. Yeah. Let's go to high resolution. Yeah. All right, that's a better start to our lighting. And this is going to look better. It still doesn't look good because it's real time and we're obviously going to bake this whole level. I'm probably not going to be able to do it until I split this apart because this is too many faces, too many models, too many high resolution textures rendering all at once. It's going to be loading up the system. So I need to really separate this and replace it so we can do some occlusion culling and stuff like that. But basically I'm gonna do is get this lighting better and make this level look a little, you know, cinematic and stuff. And then this will be like the finishing touch on the trailer. That'll be like the announcement trailer, so it'll show a couple of new mazes. And we still have like 4 or 5 mazes to complete to make before we finish the game. So then we'll do like a different, you know, release date trailer showing like one of the levels that was made since the announcement trailer and just showed new footage and new gameplay on the levels and stuff for the announcement trailer, because I like to keep like at least 3. Like you want to serve the audience, you want to show them what they're getting in for, why they want to buy this game, what levels are cool. You got to show them cool things, but you also want to hold back some things from the trailer. You don't want to show every cool level because you want to have the audience surprised. And that goes the same for the stream members who everyone's watching this game be built live. We want to have like 1 or 2 levels that I make like just secretly that are different, you know, so you guys don't see them. And then when you play the game for yourself, you can just go be, you know, when you're going around exploring the hub world, you're like, oh my gosh, this level looks cool. I've never seen this before, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah. Space My Name says I try to keep 10% for dedicated players only. Yeah, like you know, you gotta keep a little bit, you know, just something. You gotta entice everybody. You gotta share. You know, you gotta have a cool trailer. You gotta sell people on the game. Marketing is so important, guys. Or else, you know, you'll be dead in the water. So you gotta sell people on what's cool about the game. You gotta show them cool levels. You know, you can show them stuff out of context. You try not to spoil story games. You show stuff out of context or whatever to do a cool trailer. But, you know, you don't want to spoil too much. So, like, I think if you look at my maze trailers, there was definitely some cool levels, like in the original maze, because there's like 30-something levels in the original maze game that just no one had ever seen before until you go and play. So, yeah. Megan says, even for PlayStation, question mark, frowny face. I'm not sure what that's what you're referring to, because you're talking about the trailers. Yeah, I mean, like for the PlayStation trailer, we're not going to show like every single level. You know what I mean? If that's what you if that's what you're confused about, you don't want to just lay the whole game out there. You want to have players be, you want them to buy the game, and then you want to have them really enjoy the game. Oh, promoting required. 100%, man. 100%, dude. That's why I was saying, like, you know, it might, even if you got your games on PlayStation, it would be kind of hard. You know, it just because you have games on PlayStation does not mean you're going full time. Because like Pitter Pot was our first game and we didn't sell nothing, you know, like that was really very difficult. Like that was a game where we had about, we sent out about 40 review codes and we got about 10 reviewers. We had reviewers, we had YouTubers, okay? We just didn't have as big of the ones as we do now that play the games. And Sony featured us on the front of the new games page. We are featured in a bubble and we still did not really sell much at all. So yeah, promoting is heavily required. The rules of the game have changed now, guys. It's just like Steam. Steam can make you a ton of money, but just as you saw, it's difficult to do that My games also don't make a lot of money on Steam. It's difficult to do that because Steam is just a sea of games. The Switch is a sea of games, and now PlayStation is a sea of games, and everything, it all hinges on your marketing ability. If you're gonna make it full time, you have to be able to market your game like 100%. Like that is it feels bad, you know. It feels like really, like as a game developer, you're creative and you want to be creative, and I want to make fun levels. I want to make experiences that are fun for people to enjoy, surprise players, puzzles to get your brain thinking. You know, I want people to have fun. That's what video games are about. I don't want to be spending all my time like self-plugging, self-promoting, you know, on YouTube like, "Hey guys, please buy the game, please do this." But I've learned that if you don't do that, you just can't make it. And like everybody who does make it, they do those things. They market all the time. They let people know over and over and over. It's why when we end the streams, like I let you know at the end of every stream, okay, here's where to buy our games. Here's where to support us on patreon.com. Here's where to buy the t-shirts or whatever, because you don't know. I mean, you guys are my you know, my audience that shows up most days, and you're there like every day, so it might get really annoying to you hearing that over and over and over. But there's a lot of times where you have no idea who's tuning into what stream. They might have just tuned into one out of the 50 we've done, and you know, they don't know where to find the games, or they've never heard of our Patreon, or they've never seen our t-shirts before or whatever. So it's just like that same marketing principle. Like you have to do it, you have to do it with repetition. You got to do it, you know, you have to do it well. You have to actually have a good product that people would want to enjoy, and you have to be able to figure out how to get that in product in front of people that want that type of thing. But you got to do that for your game, not just for your, you know, your stuff, for your Patreon or whatever. You got to do that for your game, and you basically have to do that for like a year before the game comes out. You know, technically, that would be great. Like getting people learning all about the game as you're developing it. You got to do it like crazy when the game comes out, and then you have to keep doing it post launch, so you keep getting people who are kind of interested in the game, but they haven't like picked it up yet. They're kind of waiting for a sale, or maybe they're waiting for an update, some DLC or something like that. You gotta like keep doing marketing after the fact, to reach those types of people, to help them pull the trigger and go, okay, I'm gonna try your game now. It's kind of like, and you also don't know, like my audience is now way different. Like if we did a poll and asked when you started following TreeFall Studios, when did you subscribe to the YouTube channel, how long have you been a fan? Well, some fans have been around since 2014 in the letter, but a lot of fans didn't find us till PlayStation. But a lot of our current PlayStation fans didn't find us till the last 1 or 2 years, since we kind of really blew up with the Tilting Tiles and some of our other games, the letter and stuff. And they've never played the original Perplexing Orb 1 or 2 that came out earlier in, or Maze Pedestal of Trials earlier in our PlayStation career. So like some of those people won't even know about those games. You know, we have a website, and most of our games are listed on the website, but not that many people go to it. It's not like if you went to our Twitter, you could just scroll through our recent tweets and stuff and find all 13 games we've released on PlayStation. So doing things like these streams like we did on Friday, where we advertised Annihilation from 2019, you know, a lot of people probably didn't even know that existed. And, you know, I was like, wow, this is an old blast from the past. I'm just having fun playing. But I've been learning recently that you got to work hard at marketing some of your older stuff. You got to keep marketing going in the future. That's why we play Mighty Math on stream. Tomorrow's Friday, so I don't know what game we're going to play. You can take your vote. Vote in the comments right now what TreeFall Studio game you would like me to play on stream tomorrow. Because we'll just do a Friday. We're just doing Friday fun, chill marketing streams, basically, where I just hang out with you guys, play one of the games, talk about it, talk about the development history, talk about the stories, and just, you know, chat with you guys. But yeah, I've learned that marketing is pretty crazy. It's so hard to do. It's so annoying. It feels annoying to do. But it's super necessary. So yeah, Mekan says that's depressing. LOL. Yeah, that basically sets apart the people who make it and the people who don't, is the marketing. The games really matter, they do, but just like if you notice, like some games can be bad, but have like really good marketing, and then those games actually make it. So yeah, kind of crazy, kind of crazy. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, okay, cool. I just got an email. I thought I had an important message. I got an email from the last chance to score massive savings on a PS5. GameStop has really been trying to push those PS5 sales. So very interesting. Sony looks like they're trying to get out more systems. But yeah, let me go ahead and I gotta get ready to end this stream. Let me read this other one. Yeah, Space by Name says, I was impressed by how much I hadn't seen. Yeah, there's a ton of levels, dude, in Maze 1. There's like 30 something. And see, this is like I'm starting to do spin-offs of all my games, and I'm starting to do them in series. So like the Tilt Series 1, we'll call it, is like Tilting Tiles Ultimate Tilt Remix, and then Tilting Tiles Micro Challenge. And there might be one more one more like spin-off tilt before we do a full, like, here's series 2, and it starts with Tilting Tiles 2, and like this is the new thing or whatever, kind of like how Maze 1 is Maze, then Maze Pedestal of Trials is a spin-off and has new features and new things, but it's still similar to Maze 1. It's still really in the Maze 1 series, and I'm going to say that this is still in the Maze 1 series. This is different than Maze Pedestal of Trials because this is not really reusing the stuff from Maze 1. Everything, like this texture set, is new. Like all the texture sets are new, and the code is new, and the music is going to be all new and not reused. So it's technically like a whole new sequel. But I'm still classifying it as like series 1, as like another spin-off. It's a direct sequel to Maze Pedestal of Trials, but eventually the next Maze game we do will be literally called Maze 2, and then that will be like Maze 1, as in a huge, probably Maze 2 will be a $15 project and have like 40 mazes and like, like 4 major hub worlds with 10 mazes each, and all this kind of stuff. But these games that are like similar to the original games, they have like 10 new levels. I'm going to consider this like Maze Series 1, like Tilt Series 1, that kind of thing. Like Orb 1 to Orb 2 is like a full-on jump. But now we're doing spin-offs like the Perplexing Orb Touch. That kind of goes in there. Like that's somewhere near, like that would be like in line with timeline-wise of Series 2, that kind of thing. So that's how we're starting to look at things. Doing like a game and then figuring out what kind of farther content we can do around that game before we move up to the full-on sequel. Just like how we're doing like the Letter Classic Edition, that's like a new edition of the regular game before we do something like the Letter 2. We're going to be remaking the original game in full HD before we do the Letter 2, that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely interesting, guys. That's how I'm thinking about game development in series and franchises now. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in today. I think this looks awesome. I'm gonna have fun running around. I feel like this is gonna add to the replayability because it's gonna be different like every time. And I'll show you guys on Monday. We're gonna play something fun tomorrow. You guys can make your picks. You can vote. I'm thinking about doing maybe Perplexing Orb 2. It's been a little while since I've advertised Orb games. Perplexing Orb 1 or 2, I'll probably play that on stream. It would be smart to play like Tilting Tiles Ultimate Tilt Remix or something like that, because those games are currently on sale on August savings sales. So same with the Letter and same with Mighty Math. I've already done Mighty Math on stream a couple times, so I think I'm going to skip that one. We could always play the Letter, but it's just really kind of small and there wouldn't be too much to do. I could talk about some of the crazy stories of the development of the Letter, and like talk about some of the crazy reviews we got and stuff. So I guess that could be fun. We might split it up and we might do that as well as like maybe playing some Orb. But I thought about doing like, because I have played Orb games on stream before, like years ago. But I was thinking about maybe doing some challenge runs, because there are some like really tough challenge levels that, like, even for me, they're like really, really hard to beat. And maybe we can just do that, because that could create some hilarious moments on the stream. So I think we'll probably do that. We'll probably do a hangout stream tomorrow for Friday. But Space My Name says I would be interested in hearing stories from your dev experiences. Yeah, so maybe we'll play a little bit of letter and talk about how that kind of just changed my entire life, because the letter was crazy. Like, it was picked up by so many mainstream media outlets. Everybody knew about it. Watch Mojo, Destructoid, Joystick, even Game Informer, game trailers, all that kind of stuff. Everyone was trashing all over the letter. And now look at the eShop. It's full of garbage that's a million times worse than that. So I guess, yeah, they should take it back. Take it back now, you fiends. But yeah, so we'll probably just have some fun. Well, you guys can ask me questions tomorrow. I'll be more just chilling. I would tell some stories from some of the crazy dev experiences I've had with that and stuff. So that'll be the plan for that. And then I'll just briefly show you guys, because I don't want to spoil it. I don't want you guys to see the whole level design and stuff. And we're going to be changing this code a bit, because we're also going to be changing. We're going to be swapping materials out. And I do know the code to efficiently swap materials. You got to be careful in Unity. There's one way that's really easy to write to swap materials, but basically what happens is you're duplicating the material every time you swap it. And there's a way where you share the materials instead. So we're going to be changing out materials. We're going to be making this glow. We're going to be making these animate. We're going to be moving the floor up and down too. So this level is going to be crazy. I'll show you a little bit of it on Monday, and then that'll be the plan. But thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Had fun. Look at this. Perfect timing. The Patreons are going right across the bottom here. There you go. There you are. Space My Name right there. I got to thank everybody for supporting TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. I couldn't do what I do without you guys. I got to give a personal shout out to Carmen Red, Overhyped Gamer, Shark and Minnow, and PLP. Thank you guys for what you do for TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. Really, guys, you don't know what it means. I know that the Patreon tiers are like $1, $3, and $5. So it's a really, really small amount of money. If you're a Patreon on the $1 tier, for instance, and you sub for the entire year, that's $12. But Patreon takes like 5 or 10% of that. So, let's say like $11 for the year. You might think like that's not too much of extra income for TreeFall Studios, but it really does make a huge difference, especially when we are working on getting the games out and they haven't come out yet. So like our sales haven't come in strong and stuff. So it makes a huge difference on us to continue doing this. So I really appreciate it. I give a huge shout out every time. I really mean it deeply from the heart. It really, really makes a difference. And I hope to think that, the Patreon support, the comments, the stuff that we do for you guys is worth your pledge. That you enjoy checking out the posts, you enjoy, getting the shout outs and getting your names in the credits of the games and that kind of thing. So really, really, really thank you guys for that. And if you're game developers, all my game developers in the chat, if you are trying to go full-time, opening up a Patreon on the side can really help you out there as well. It can be really hard to build, but once you get some support on there, then it really does make a difference. So thanks, guys. You can check out our Discord down below. You can just hang out and join the TreeFall tribe, chat about TreeFall Studios games, have some fun. That's down below. Games are on sale. We're in the August savings sale. There's like 500 to 600 less games in this sale than there were in the summer sale. So should be somewhat a little bit better visibility, but we're still towards the bottom. The Letter is on sale. Mighty Math is on sale. Tilting Tiles 1 and Tilt Remix. So Tilt 1 and Tilt 2 are all on sale. Those are our 4 games on sale. You can get them real cheap. PlayStation is the place to be right now. I don't think we have any games on sale on Steam, so sorry about that. But you can find our games down below. Our franchise for Steam, you can pick up any of those. We have 7 games on Steam, like 13 games on PlayStation, something like that. There'll be a bunch of links down below. But all right, guys, I got to run for today. I had fun. I enjoyed talking to you guys. I'm starting to perk up, getting a little bit of energy. I'm glad this code works. The level is going to look pretty cool when it's all said and done. I hope you guys are excited to play this soon and see more behind the scenes dev coming your way next Monday. But I'll catch you in the stream tomorrow. Just have fun and hang out. All right, guys, I will see you then. Have a wonderful evening. I hope everybody has a great night.